J-Drone here, and we are out with the JJPRO again. And as you can see, I do have a strap on top. We do have the Bug 6's mount on there, which did not go on without modifying it. It was a little bit too wide for that slide mount, so the Alcemo won't fit on there, the X8 won't fit on there, the Bug 6 or the Bugs 3 won't fit on there without modification. We've modified it. This camera that we're using to look at this is exactly what we're going to stick on this to get a video. So we are just going to put this in here, and then we are going to put a little piece of paper on the back. Excuse the upside down footage. We're going to close this. We'll get right back up, and there you should see me. And we are going to close. Bam, we are closed. We are still recording. We are going to go ahead and take off here. So we're going to go ahead and fire the motors, and the rest is going to be from the camera. Alright guys, so we are in flight here, and right away we can see this is having zero issues lifting it. The clarity from the video is pretty clear. There's not too much vibration going on. This camera it's not centered on the drone, so that's something we're definitely going to work on. But I also have something in mind for maybe a little bit smaller camera with the same type of video quality that we're seeing here. Now coming down as we're getting these wobbles, I noted that yesterday. Just like the Hubsan H107C, if you bring it down too quickly, it kind of flutters and wobbles like that. And this is doing it a little bit more so than it did yesterday. As you can see, we're wobbling. Just because we have that added weight on here. As far as the clarity goes, you'll have to excuse the sun. I will turn this around and we will look away from the sun. I wasn't thinking. I thought that sun was far enough down that I wasn't going to catch it in the eye, so please forgive me on that. And then again, there's your little flutter wobbles, because again, this drone by itself, when you bring it down too quickly, will do that flutter wobbles. It's a very responsive drone, so when you're bringing it down in altitude, you really need to be on your sticks, and you need to be on your sticks nice and easy. That way you don't get that, especially if you're filming. But right now you can see stability here in the video is very clear. Even when we were getting those little flutter wobbles, we really weren't seeing the vibration on this, and I don't have dampering mounts. I'm using the Bugs 3's camera mount on this, which has no dampering mounts. It's just right against the body and kind of comes down a little bit. And as we're going up, you can see a little bit of shake left to right on this, but again, it's not horrible. And I thoroughly apologize about the sun. As you can see, it's almost past the line there, the skyline, but not quite. So again, I promise you, give it a little bit, we will turn this around and we will look away from the sun, and you'll be able to see the clarity of this. But you should be able to see that we're not getting any jello. So as far as vibrations and whatnot goes from this drone, we're really not seeing it. And again, we're fluttering a little bit because we're coming down a little bit too quickly and we are weighted, so it's making that a little bit more exaggerated than it would be normally. Because again, the quadcopter is a very responsive quadcopter, and if you don't ease it down, it's going to come down a little bit odd. Right now, you should be able to see the clarity in the film right here. We're going to take it over here, and eventually, like I said, we're just going to go up and show you the other town, not the town that I live in. This town here, we're going to show you this town, and look at it. I mean, that's clean. That's really clean. And again, we're getting a little bit of jitter left to right, just because this is again, it's not centered. It's not weighted appropriately where it should be, directly underneath the body of the drone. And we're coming down and get a little bit of wobbles again. So if you're gonna go up high in altitude with this, with a camera, especially one that's not mounted in the center of the body, you may want to consider that it's going to take a while for you to come down, unless you're going to accept on getting these wobbles. If you did come down extremely slow, you wouldn't have this. I was playing around with this after this, and I was able to just fly this with the weight on it. I wasn't recording, fly it with the weight on it, and make sure that I wasn't getting that left to right wobbling like we are right now. Right now, I kind of fixed it just by easing on the sticks. It was a little bit easier for me to catch visually when it's down closer than really up high. Guys, under $100 for this brushless drone. Not a bad deal. Where are you going to find that? Well, I have a code. The code will be down below. Again, anything, GearBest sent this to me. Anything that I'm getting from these manufacturers, and there's your wobbles again. I'm trying to get some type of code for you guys. That way, that way it's kind of me doing something for you. It's paying it forward. They've done something for me. I bust their stones, quite frankly, to do something for you, and that's what I can do for you guys. And there's a little bit of a kind of sport flying and whatnot, really twisting it around. Camera quality's good. I definitely can use this, and there's itty bitty me down there. We're kind of just cruising around here, giving this a little fly. We will kind of totally pitch forward and show you a little bit of the speed. We're not going crazy with this just because my favorite camera's on this, and heaven forbid that it came off. I wouldn't be too happy with it. But again, there's a little look at the town over there, and the sun's still peeking out. I really thought it was down past that one point. Guys, if you're not familiar with Drone Days on Facebook, I'll put that link down below too for you. But again, this was a good test. This was an overall good test. I'm happy with the result that I got. Again, I should have used my brain a little bit and had this had the camera kind of centered, which I was going to do with like a Alcenma mount. But you have to modify these mounts. There's a little burn for you, just a nose pitch down burnout. You have to modify the mount. You have to make it thinner because the stock slider underneath this drone is thinner than the X8, the Alcenma. It's thinner than the Bugs track. So naturally the stock mounts won't fit on them, but I did. I trimmed it down to one side and I trimmed it down the other side, and it fits pretty good in here. I do have that strap for added security, but I really don't think it's necessary. But again, my favorite camera's on here, so that's why we did that. And again, we're getting into wobbles just because we're coming down entirely too quick and because we're not centered with the camera. Really nice flyer. Somebody asked me comparison to the Bugs 3 this. Well, this is considerably smaller. The frame's considerably smaller. It's not as agile. It doesn't have as much speed as the Bugs 3 does. So I'm dubbing this as the Bugs 3's baby brother. If the Bugs 3 had a little brother, I think this would be it. The Bugs 3, obviously, in my opinion, probably dominates this if you're going to throw it on the same scale. But again, really can't do that because the Bugs 3 is considerably bigger than this drone and the frame's bigger. But we're going to go ahead and land this here, and we'll catch up with you as soon as it's on the ground. And bam, that was from the JJPRO, and we'll take this off. Hopefully it'll keep recording. I'm JDrone. If you have not subscribed, subscribe. We're doing big things here. So that was the footage from it. Flight time we're seeing is right around 8 minutes with the added weight. I do have something in the works as a smaller camera that's probably going to go on this a little bit better and give it a little bit better flight time. So again, I'm JDrone. If you haven't subscribed, please do. JJPRO, JDrone, and fly safe out there, guys. Take care.